boys, and welcome to episode 130 of my Level Up series, where I take Hashtag United, of course, through the levels of the football in the pyramid. Now, as always, before we do get into today's video, I'd really appreciate if you would take the time to hit the subscribe button down below if you're interested in football manager content. Now, we've reached the end of the season, and it's been a really positive season. Really pleasing. Better than I expected, in all honesty. We'll just run through the schedule then, just to round out the results that you've missed. So we have played 3 games. We've only got 1 game today. I did say we were going to play Crystal Palace and Everton, but traditionally on the last end of season, if we've not got any trophies to play for, we'll only play the 1 game, and then we'll have a little run through of the season awards, which has got all the good stuff in it. Don't know why that's popping up. So we did start after the fantastic 1-0 win over Liverpool. Typical, innit? You beat Liverpool, great performance. Lose to Watford 1-0. Disappointing. Then bounce back. You seem to have a good formula at home against the top teams, from what it looks like, because we've beaten United at home this season. We've beat Arsenal at home this season. We've beat Liverpool at home this season, and now Chelsea. We beat them 2-1. Lambert and Smith with the goals in the space of 5 minutes. They got a late goal in the 90th minute, but by that point I already knew we were going to win the game. And this really great performance in this last game though, against Crystal Palace, a game that had, if we beat Crystal Palace, we'd leapfrog them in the league, but it wasn't to be, unfortunately. They beat us 3-0. They handily beat us as well. We were really poor in this game, to be quite frank. Didn't deserve to get anything from this. Probably a result of just being at the end of the season now and nothing really to play for. As you can see from the league table, then we are sitting in 9th place, consolidated 9th. So we can't. If we win our last game, we won't go up a place. If we lose, we won't go down a place. Fantastic. -5 goal difference, I know, but we've won 16 games, lost 15. It's a really positive 54 points, potentially 57 if we win today's game as well against Everton. So yeah, very pleasing. This is the who's in the relegation dogfight. Birmingham's in there after having a solid start to the season. They've kind of dropped, so it's all to play for between Norwich, Leicester, Birmingham and Bournemouth. Exciting. See what happens with them results. In regards to finances, we're sitting pretty with an overall balance of 60 mil, hitting our projection. We've not got our budgets for next season yet. I'm sure we'll get that after we've finished the game against Everton, and then we'll have a little talk through of where I think we should strengthen looking forward to next season. So without further ado then, there's not much else to say, but jump to the team selection then for the Everton game. Okay, so we are here on game day then. Final game of the season for the boys. I'm actually going to give McSween a bash instead of Eleni. He's had a great season, played a lot of games. McSween's going to come in and see what he can do on this last game of the season. Everyone else looks like pretty cookie cutter at this point, the team that you'd expect us to field, more or less. See what we can do here. If we can get another win, that'd be fantastic. Get the goal difference down a little bit. Goal difference of -5 isn't too bad. I think, obviously, at first glances and what I've talked about so far this season, defence still needs improving, but it's just, scouting wise, it's just hard to find centre backs that are of the profile that I want and of the quality that I want. We seem to be always finding strikers at the moment. I'm always getting sent scout reports of strikers, really good strikers. Like there's so many wonder kids strikers at the moment on this game. It's like saturated with them, including obviously Elaine as well. But there's so many more that I've seen that I could actually buy next season. Not good. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, there's plenty of strikers available from teams. For, like, don't get me wrong, the release clauses are quite high, but if we get a decent transfer budget come the end of this season, then we could afford him. But there's no point in, because McSween and Elaine. McSween's my guy, proven in the Championship, deserved a bit more game time than he actually got, but that was due to Elaine being he was a lot better than I anticipated him to be. Even though he's a wonder kid, but I didn't expect him to score as many goals as he has done, because at the end of the day he's only just turned 19. Got bags of potential still to go in him. By no means the finished article, but I just didn't expect him to score as many goals as he did, which is really pleasing, of course. But that kind of meant that McSween hasn't got the game time he probably deserved, based off the run of goals that he had in the Championship, which was kind of ridiculous. But what can he do with it? Yeah, I've had a little. Come on, Smith! Yes! Come on, Smithy! Let's go! What a strike that is! Low and hard into that corner. Let's go. Just putting on a plate for him. Gets into a good area there, Smith, just inside the box. Bang! What a strike! That's what I want to see from him. More. I want to see that more from him. He's got that in his locker. Yeah, what was I going to say? I was looking at, obviously, the players we've got at the club currently on loan, i.e. Lambert, i.e. Vidra, Marsden. Marsden's unfortunately signing for Leon, which I think I already told you about anyway. So Marsden's end of an era for him, having been on loan. Lambert squeezes it in. What a mistake from the keeper. We'll take it though. Come on. An end of an era. He's been here 3 seasons. Been a big asset to the reason why we got promoted in the first place. Sad to see him go. I would have liked to kept him, but for something like I've told you about anyway, it wouldn't let me enter an end of contract deal with him. Other clubs seem to manage it, but it just didn't happen for us for some reason. Obviously, I've looked at Lambert and I looked at his scout report, coach report I should say, and apparently he really wants to join us. Vidra also really wants to join us, but on the coach report it says that Liverpool are unlikely to sell, whereas Man City would sell provided you fork up the money for him. So Vidra is unlikely going to sign for us. I mean, obviously I'll try and loan him in again because he's a great talent, but and a great fullback. But yeah, Vidra's unlikely. Lay as well from United. It's not going to happen, I don't think, from the looks of it. He's not as keen on joining anyway because he's only been here a season, or no, 2 seasons to be fair. Yeah, he's not as keen on joining anyway, but Lambert really, really interested in joining, so if we can, provided the money we get, maybe we can do a deal with City to take him permanently. Vidra there, you caught out there, what were you doing? Good finish. Keeper's near post, maybe should do a bit better, but Stephen Taylor, eh? It's been on form for them today. My word. Oh my god. Just running our defence ragged here. Yeah, good hands, Toby. 2-2 then first half. Not bad, not great either. We've scored 2 goals, but apparently we've not created any really key chances with those goals. It's just a little bit disappointing, but I'm to look for a better performance in the second half. Great save, Toby. Fantastic save, my word. Let's go. Lee switches the play over to Steele. Inside to Crawford Kane. Trineri. Steele bangs one. Decent strike, to be fair, from the fullback. Fair play. Unfortunately, the keeper's seen it. No. Mistakes at the back, man. Something we need to deal with next season. Defence is obviously a key area to continue to strengthen. But again, it's so difficult to find any centre backs right now that I look at and I'm like, yes. Because they just want crazy money from them, man. They just want ridiculous money for them. I'm just like, so overpriced. Obviously, Griffiths has worked out as a decent purchase for us, to be honest. Whatever it was, 10 mil, and then oh come on, man. Sweeney's had a dismal game, not really got himself into the game at all. Come on, let's go, boys. Get it together. Roundup's got a knock as well. Let's get back into this. Don't want to end on a defeat, do we? It's not really what I want to see, to be honest. It's over. Nothing, there's no highlights, nothing. Poor performance from us, conceding 3 goals at home. Not really what we're used to seeing. Had a good, strong home record this season, which has obviously helped us massively. Disappointing, I can't even lie. Not showing anything going forward, been really poor. But generally, obviously, the 2 goals were taken well. A mistake from the keeper on the second one for Lambert's goal, but come on, just end the game, my God. Come on, just end the game. I'm done. I just want to move on now. We'll look at the season, end of season awards, and kind of see our budgets. That's what I'm focused on now. This game is done, dead and buried. Poor performance to end up what's been a really decent season, to be fair, in general. Well, there you go. There's your full-time whistle. Hashtag United lose to Everton 3-2. Smith and Lambert with the goals for us. Here we go then. Final roundup. We are sitting in 9th place with a total of 54. 16 wins, 6 draws, 16 defeats, minus 6 goal difference. Not a bad little season. Leicester end up going down, which is good because I'm going to look at trying to poach one of their players. Bournemouth do survive in the end with a 2-0 win over promoted Swansea as well. Nice. United are champions by some way actually, so congratulations to them. Liverpool second, Arsenal, Chelsea round out the Champions League places. Then Tottenham and City neck and neck with Chelsea, to be fair. I didn't even clock that for the Europa spots. So Dylan injured, it's okay though. We received 27 million. The board is delighted the team achieved a top half finish in the Premier League this season. Give a payout of 205 grand to the team, which isn't even that much when you think about it. Here we go then. Europa League ticket. Record high for Hashtag United. Hashtag United's final position in 9th in the Premier League represents the record high finish. This has been their first season in the Premier League. It's an all-time high finish for the team. Record low number of wins to be expected. Still 16 wins though, it's not bad at all. Record low haul for league goals as well, with just 57. That just shows how much we've been banging it through the divisions. But it had to end at some point, you know, when you get to the Premier League. You're not going to be banging in 90 goals. It's not going to happen. Record low points, 54 points in the season, a new team low. End of season awards, here we go. So, if we have a look then, Fans Player of the Year, LAS Elaine. To be expected, a wondrous first season for the youngster, the French youngster. Look at him, developing into a really fine player. 4.5 star current ability, 5 star potential. Speed needs to improve again. I'm going to look to train that. My coach said that he'd done all I can as pace wise, but I think we just need to keep pressing with it. Hopefully we can get it up to like 14 pace and acceleration would do nicely. Marsden second, great to see him. Obviously he's going to be leaving now to go to Lyon. Really nice to see him in the top 3. Been really solid at the back for us. Vidra of course, always Mr. Consistent. Goal of the season does go to Martin McSween, which is nice to see him get an award. Not figured obviously a lot this season, but yeah, really positive and nice to see him getting an end of season award. Let's see what he's got. Bang. Oh yeah, that's a banger. That's a banger. I'm not sure if it's the best goal that we've done all season, but for sure that's a banger. Signing of the season, Elias Elaine for 15 million. What a steal. Value 30.5 million now. Obviously we've got the release clause, relegation of 40.5 million. Minimum release clause for a Champions League team is 81, so big bucks if we end up selling him. Young player of the season obviously. Team of the season then, Toby Jones of course, Vidra, Marsden, Griffiths, Steele. Steele's been fantastic. How many games has he played? 37. Played a lot of games. Fairclough, Lee Smith, then Lambert, Trineri, Elaine up front. Let's have a look at the best 11s then. Let's have a look at the all-time. Overall, does anyone feature? Obviously Marsden's in there with 180 appearances, Cherney 155, Toby Jones our leading appearance maker with 319, McSween in there 189, nearly reached 200, Trineri's nearly hit 100. There's some guys in there now, some guys featuring in there. Got a lot of some decent appearance makers at this point now, which is nice to see. The club's really filling out its history, which is sick. Looks at the current vision. A lot of plans for next season. happen then, but we got away with it. Training camp, where do we want to go? Hong Kong? I think it's time to go America. America, baby. Can we just skip? Can we see how much money we're going to get? There we go. Initial budget set then, £900,000 per week. £48.9 million in the kitty. Board to upgrade the youth and training facilities again, which is sick. So that is very nice. Oh god, our wage budget's gone up a lot, which gives us a bit of wiggle room hopefully. Looking forward, overall balance now with the club 84 million. Things are looking good. In regards to the team then, as you know, we're going to look to get an extra fullback in to help steal out another centre back. Obviously Marsden's leaving, so might get another loanee centre back, but then a centre back of our own. Midfield, try and get Lee back again because he's really good. Dylan Lambert may try and sign him on a permanent contract, depending on just depends on how much money City want from him, basically. And then with that being said, that there isn't too many signings. Centre back, left back, a loanee centre back, then try and loan back the boys we've already got, and I think we're good to go. Maybe a keeper, a young keeper for the future, of course, as Toby's getting later into his career now at 29. We need to maybe look at trying to bring someone in who can try and battle him for the position. So with that being said, guys, that does conclude today's episode and the end of season number 13. If you enjoyed today's video, really appreciate it if you take the time to hit the like button, dislike it if you disliked it, comment if you want to comment on it, subscribe if you want to subscribe. Thank you very much again for watching, and I hope to see you at the start of season number 14. Cheers, bye bye.